Okay, hello again. Busy little day at the Gaslighter Chronicles headquarters. My name's Rob Beasley. I'm the author of a book called What Is This Thing Called God, which I came to market on the internet, G+, golly gosh, 3 years back. And unfortunately for me, it's been 3 years of bullying and gaslighting. And this crew, not sure yet, because we'll have to wait and see. They're currently having a live session. They set me up this morning, big setup. So what happened was they got me into a room, allowed me to have, because my interest in talking about what I wrote, they allowed me that sort of grace. And then two of the key gaslighters, a guy called Chaswold Almighty and a guy called Soccer, or, these are their brand names, Soccer Count, basically came in and attacked and took over the conversation, broadcasting, so they get to go first, broadcasting their opinions, and a lot of it is opinionated. Now, I'm able to very successfully tear those opinions apart if I'm given a chance, but I got zero support from Brother John, Green Sol Sufi, and Cerebus. So for them, it was just entertainment, and they sat on the fence. They're fucking mature age people, and they know the full story, yet they still sat there, and all they gave a stuff about was getting their own way. My spiritual position conflicts with them. So with Frank's case, he's a Muslim or Sufi Muslim, and my view goes against his grain. Brother John is, I don't know, hippie, whatever you want to fucking call him. But again, my grain goes against his, and the other one, Cerebus, who's a Freemason. So what a mix we've got. And then they brought in a guy called Jello Shots from way, way back. So this was going to be an all-in feast. So anyway, let's see what the boys are up to. And what I'll do is I'll run a commentary about everything that they're doing and point out where they're behaving badly. If you behave authentically with me, and you expect the same from me, and we get time to explore things that we're curious about, or we want some evidence or more justification, then, everything goes well. So I've got some friends that are genuine, authentic people. But when you're dealing with a prick that's got an egoic scenario, life gets a little bit more interesting. So I'll point that out as we go along. Hello, viewer number one.
And then in bold letters, he goes, fuck off.
Yeah, well, that's right. What I'm trying to do this, now he interprets that or tries to project that back as anger. It's not. I'm trying to say very definitively because they've set me up, they're trying to get me back in the room so they can continue this assault, basically, gaslighting me. It's a psychological assault. It truly is. And I'm sure that any psychiatrist that reviews these behaviors would agree with me that these are definitely a gaslighting assault. So, but when I put fuck off, all I'm saying is, look, leave me alone, you bastards. Stop playing your games. Come, if you want to come in now, right? If you want to talk to me, if that's bloody the bee in your bonnet, it's going to be 100% on my terms. I will not talk to you people on your terms. But I'll talk to you, and the rules are simple. Tell the fucking truth. If you come to me to talk about lies, I'm going to piss you off. And if you don't like those terms, well, then don't bother me. Leave me alone. Fucking bullies.
And then I say, it's okay. I don't need...
Yeah, that's right. So this guy's trying to project, I don't know whether they're going live, see? So this is what the pricks do. They're trying to profile the scenario that I'm the kooky one, or I'm the one that's causing all the trouble, and that they're just nice, helpful people. And this guy's a professional. Fucking appalling behavior. Now, he's suggesting, I don't need his help. I just don't. And he's not a professional in the field of psychiatry, so he's not in a position to make a call on that basis. Not professionally. So, seriously, I'm doing fine. I'm composed. I'm relaxed. I'm actually enjoying the experience because it's, you know, dealing with breaking egos. Now, again, they're nothing, so it's not meant to harm people. If you deal with your ego demons, you move closer to this wonderful experience in life of enlightenment. Now, I love them all, but geez, they're like fucking naughty children. Fair income. Anyway, I'll point out exactly where things go awry and where the ego is involved.
Your needy typos, or tyos, or whatever. And then I said, "Are you angry?" He. Where?
I think he said, "You're angry" or something, but I'm not. So I just laughed at him.
Ahead of you, Frank. And then I said,
"Yeah, and that's true. Spiritually, I'm more mature than Frank is."
"It's okay to be angry. Get used to it. I ain't angry. Love you. Anger comes from the ego. I love you."
Well, that's true. I said to him, I do. I love all humanity, so I don't have a problem. But my issue is with fucking egos.
Rob, I have no ego. I know.
How long? This just happened?
Yeah, it just happened. Yeah. And then I said, "I'm here for you." And I said, "I don't need you. Seriously, I complete this by myself." And that was the end of the conversation.
And that's what I'm going to do if I don't get bloody hooked up or whatever. But so what I'm going to do now, completely withdraw back. I mean, I gave them the grace. I thought they were being genuine fucking human beings, but they were just setting me up. So now it's easy. Problem solved for them. Hello, viewer number 2. The problem solved for them. Just fucking leave me alone, right? And good. Move on with your life. Stop getting in my face. Or if you still have a need to talk to me, if you want to talk to me, it's only going to occur in my room where I've got control of the conversation. I promise I won't disrespect you. I promise everyone will get a voice. But in your fucking rooms, I don't get a voice. And that's not going to happen anymore. That's it. Done and dusted.
So he told me to get fucked.
Yes, I did.
And then I told him, "I love you."
Yeah, well, that's all right. But I said it first, Frank.
It just wasn't very nice of him.
Oh, now, is that fucking Jello shots? So there's a guy called, if it's Jello shots, he's got his nose out of joint. But fuck, that's not my problem. You know, you can call me names. You can do whatever you like. I won't bear a grudge. What I want to do, though, is try and show you pricks that I do know stuff about spirituality. Anyway, here we go.
So, you think I should do added to his live?
Well, I think he's angry. And
Well, fucker, you're a professional. I'm not. If I wasn't so, I can't trust you buggers. If I wanted to cross that bridge, which I'm never going to do again, but if I wanted to cross that bridge, I could go in there, and anyone watching this can tell that I'm not angry. You know, I'm not. Well, if you can't, you don't know fucking how to tell what anger is. So when you're enlightened, you just don't get angry. You can get frustrated, but anger, no, because anger comes from the ego, the selfish side.
I understand. You know, when you tell somebody to fuck off, it's not out of love.
No, what it is with me, it's a definitive statement that I want you to fuck off. And I put it in caps, so hopefully you'll get the message and stop fucking bothering me.
It's out of anger. But you could.
And you're a fucking behavioral analyst. Wrong. People can say fuck off and not be angry. For example, have a look on the internet and go into some of the hangouts.
Be angry to the people you love. But he's angry.
What if he's not angry? He's just a little bit mad.
Fuck me. This guy, it is that prick Jello shots. He's now when I say that, right, I'm having a crack at his ego, because this guy's got a big ego. He comes into the conversation and tries to play, you know, two sides of the coin, which is bullshit. You should never do that in your life. You should just play a straight bat. There's no need for the other crap. You can still get your laughs out of life without playing these bullshit fucking games. And I tell you, you'll laugh much more better. You should see us, the enlightened dudes, when we get together, and it's just a wonderful, happy experience.
A little bit mad? Yeah, you could say it's a little bit mad. And not
maybe that's the reason they're pissed off. I don't invite them.
Understand, like, you know, your feelings are.
The reason I wouldn't invite them is that they fucking ruin the occasion with all of their ego baggage.
I mean, you know.
And when people don't listen to you, and they laugh at you, and I can definitely see why you're hurt.
I ain't hurt, Frank. I got no fucking ego, so I ain't hurt. Promise you. I mean it.
And it could be very emotional. He spent so much time on his books, and
well, you know, 2 years. I mean, but you know, a lot of authors do that. That's no big deal. What he's trying to do is profile that to, you know, the reason that it comes to this. He's looking for reasons outside blaming the fucking group that actually did the gaslighting. That's what he's trying to do. And he doesn't want to be seen to take any responsibility himself for my circumstances. But he was party to it because as a professional, he witnessed the bullying and he fucking did nothing. So that's true. That's the truth.
And when you're not being listened to and you're not being acknowledged, then it could be very hurtful.
No. What happened was gaslighting. People were telling lies about me and tormenting me for their entertainment. So all that mattered to me, and it matters to spiritual people, you know, the enlightened, we want the fucking truth to come out. I mean, I can live with your lies and just walk away, but I won't, because if I don't address it, the same things that happen to me and the outcomes that happen to me will happen to other people. It's not appropriate. Justice and truth must prevail.
I feel small and impudent.
Yes.
Impudent or impotent? I don't know.
So you kind of justify it with everybody else is mean. They're being bullies.
Ah, you prick, Frank. You absolute prick. That's a terrible thing you just did. That is really, really mean-spirited. I got to understand what motivates you to that position, because he's a professional. He knows when people are being bullying, and they truly have. And again, it's not only me. I've got evidence from other people of the same phenomena. But these people play it down as if it's fucking a non-event, and it's, you know, so they can, I don't know, have their drama queens. So, but that from him, hearing that is very, very disappointing. Very fucking disappointing. Bad, Frank.
And yeah, you know, that is being angry.
I ain't angry, Frank, but I'll be frustrated soon.
Even to the point of justifying your own mean and bullying behavior. Is that what you're saying?
Right. So see, this is the tactics that they're doing. So this group are performing just like the John May group, that they say, you know, we don't hang with them. What they do is terrible. They're doing exactly the same thing. Exactly. They're saying that the victim is the fucking problem. No. The problem is egos, and the problem is the bullying. The problem is the gaslighting. Fuck me. I hope I get to court one day. I really, 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 really do. In fact, yeah, okay, so, anyone got any money to send me? Send it over, and I'll take these fucking bullies on.
Yeah, you know, and then you kind of justify it because if you're hurt, right, you want to.
I'm not hurt, Frank.
Spread that hurt to others.
No, fucking Jesus. What do they teach you at your bloody behavioural thing? I'm not hurt. I want to spread love to others. When you stand up to a bully, what happens is, if you can get through to the pricks and they actually confess to their bullying, their lives improve. Mine improves because I get vindicated for just being truthful. I did nothing wrong, not one fucking single thing.
You do want to spread it out because the way you feel, you want other people to feel in the sense that it kind of emphasizes, with you. For
Hang on, wait a minute. What do you say? Spread it out. To emphasize with you. That's wacky tobacco, that one.
You hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you back.
No. I've told these pricks, right, 100 times I love them. I hold no grudges. All you got to do is simply tell the bloody truth, and it's finished. It's done. You're forgiven. Move on. But I won't stand down. I'm not a pussy. I don't walk away from injustice. That's what's happening, Frank. Think about the bloody bulldog scenario. Look at the videos I've got. Look at them 100 fucking times maybe before it gets through your thick head.
It's a very normal thing, what happens in relationships.
Huh? Okay, what's this all about? Well, what fucking normal things? Now, hang on. So what are we talking about? He's saying that it's a normal... No, fuck. Frank, that's crap. This is why we've got so much problems on the whole planet, because people walk away from the truth. They allow the ego breathing space. Choke it. The ego is nothing, by the way. But get rid of the fucking thing. Get rid of the ego. It'll make a massive difference in this world. And maybe it might put you out of business.
So yeah, definitely I can understand how, Beasley it's not feeling too well. He's not.
I'm feeling fine, you lying prick. Now, I got to think of a way to deal with this effectively. I'll think about that.
He's upset.
No, I'm not upset. Hang on, I'm just going to go and fucking type in the chat window. I suppose it did sound like I'm upset. I'm annoyed by, someone of his stature and the behaviour. It's really, really, really annoying. But I ain't upset. I let it. The thought will be gone when I focus on the next thing. Oop, pardon me. Now, over here, this is one of the other tormentors. His name is Cerberus Hex. He's a real prick. I'll just say lots of lies. All caught in the act. The thing is, I can prove everything I say up till now. Well, this video is part of the evidence. I'm not upset. I'm not going to carry a grudge. Yet this prick has the audacity to speak for me and assume a certain situation without giving me the right to speak for myself. And that's what they did in the earlier setup. What they did, I'm 13 watching now. 2 up and 2 down. So it looks like I might be winning a little bit of support. I wonder if I can make a comment here. Just 1 second. 1 second. I'll say I feel happy. Just keep it simple. Stupid. I feel happy. Righto. Now, I must have forgot, sorry, viewers, to share the screen. Bugger. Bugger. Anyway, we'll do it from here. There it is. And notice they've got the wolf with the two eyes, because I tell this two wolf story, no point, which is the baseline for all human spirituality. I promise you, it's true. Okay, away we go.
And the worst thing you could do is not admit and escape from it by saying it's the ego and I'm not feeling angry, but in reality, and that's that word again, you know, reality.
Yeah, well, fuck, Frank, get into reality.
You're hurt.
No, I'm not hurt. Not at all. Even though you're being very, very, very deceitful, I'm fine. Still love you, Frank. Hate your ego. Hate your Islam. But you're fine with me.
And this was expressed by Beasley in the past.
Well, that was then. This is now. Keep focused, Frank.
I don't know if you remember when he came out of the hospital, right? And you know, definitely he was kind of a little sedated, but he did express, right? If you guys remember that, he felt all the work that he did was being scoffed at.
Yeah, it was. So, but that's all right. I didn't harbor a ill feeling to anyone because of it. Because the interesting thing, Frank, if you look at the bigger picture, is that this episode, or these episodes of time, actually matured my confidence in the spiritual reality and the research. So, and that's immeasurably valuable. It's worth more than all the money in the world. You have no idea how important that is. So, you know, I come out, I guess, a winner. So, and I have no, you know, all I simply want people to do is tell the fucking truth and then move on with their lives and not be arseholes again, because there's a lot of arseholes in the world. People, and it's all because of ego.
And this is the main thing, right? This is why this is happening.
I'm a little bit. Could you backtrack a little bit? So,
cunning little fellow there, he wants to re-emphasize it, so it'll be good. So what's he saying? The main thing causing this? Oh, okay. He's saying the disappointment with the book is the reason that all of this occurs. So he's basically trying to blame me for fucking gaslighting, bullying. Now, the true story, and he knows this only too well, I came in naive to all of this shit. All I cared about was just talking about my book. That's it. And then these pricks, because this is what they do. I'm not their only victim. They probably had victims going back years. They started to play this game with me. But the problem for them with me is that I don't back down. Never have, never will. And, you know, that to them, that was seen as increasing the challenge. And all I was trying to do was just get through to them and say, come on, fucking please tell the truth. Miserable SOBs.
Time that he got out of the hospital?
The first time.
Yeah, so now what they're emphasising that there's 2 stays in hospital, and that's true. Don't walk away from that, not a problem at all. But when I'm out of hospital, hospital, ward, whatever, there's a longer story. I'm not going to go over it again. But push comes to shove, if it becomes an argument that needs evidence-based stuff, I'm prepared and I know exactly what happened and I know the story. It's got nothing, it's not what these people are reflecting. And they've heard the alternate story, which is my truth, yet they stick with their story, their version, because it protects their fucking asses, you know, in their little community.
A couple of years ago. You were there, Jello. I remember you.
Now that Jello, I remember when I first met him, you know, he seemed like a decent sort of bloke and he had a lovely wife and we were getting along well. But then he just sort of turned, so that was year 1. Year 2, when I came back, the guy had blown up in weight And he was, you know, like the relationship wasn't what it should be. And she was just a lovely woman. And then we get to, I come back this time and I find they're divorced. I could see at year one that this guy had an ego. And it fucking played out over time and it screwed him over. And he's the worst for it. Yeah, he was self-serving, and that was plainly obvious to me.
You were there. You were talking to him.
Trying to, talk with him. Trying to.
Bullshit. This guy was, in the end, this guy was an absolute arsehole to me. He was saying very rude things about my wife, that he could come service her. Bloody appalling stuff. And if you front him with it, he'd say, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, you fucking did. And we know it.
He was somewhat, this is the first time it ever happened. He was somewhat coherent.
I'm always fucking coherent. I'm not the fucking problem. You pricks are.
Talking about what was going on, what happened. And the second time around, when he came back.
I remember that conversation. I was really hopeful. Like, he sounded like he wasn't angry and cutting people off and like telling people what was what. He was actually conversating.
The reason that I do the cut-off stuff is because the nature of the egoic beast, if you want to call it one better thing, is that when you pull it up, it goes into a defensive pattern, and what it does, it then tries to confound your voice. And there was countless times where I had something to say to defend my position, and I kept getting chopped up. That'll never, ever, ever happen again. If you want to talk to me, come and do it in my hangout. Do it my way. And I should have insisted on this fucking last time, and I'm going to insist this time. If you don't like that, well, then piss off. Go play with someone else. See if I care. I really don't care. I'm not going to come chasing you, no matter what you've done to me, because I know that karma is a real thing. So justice does get served in the fullness of time. Sometimes we have to wait, well, it's not a matter of waiting for justice, but the reality is justice gets served at the deathbed. And it's a horrible way for people to die. So, and if you think I'm fucking wrong on that point, go and talk to some hospice staff. Now, so let's roll the videotape.
First thing,
yeah, and I really, and when I was listening to the conversation, because I did listen to it,
Yeah, pervy Pete. Now, here's something to think about, viewers. Here's something to think about. Why the fuck are these people annoying me? Now, they'll say it's me annoying them. It ain't. I guarantee if they just disregarded me, went on their merry way, I wouldn't chase them at all. I've got no interest in it. I try my level best, and I really, really try to get the truth out of these pricks. But if they decide to run away from that situation, karma sorts it out. I don't have to do a thing. So I don't have a problem. And if you look at all my videos, you get the sense that there's an obsessive fucking nature going on for these people. Always. And we can even take it to the detail within the video. I can show you the obsessiveness of these fucking morons. And it's all driven because of their egos. Their egos.
I really felt that he was being genuine.
I'm always genuine. I never fucking changed.
Because he was really expressing, hey, I was hurt.
No, you lying fucking mongrel. What I might have said is that I wrote this book and it upset me that people didn't listen, but that's it. As soon as I say it, almost it's over and done with.
I was hurt.
Yeah, double emphasis. Well, I'm Frank, here I am today, and I promise you I'm not hurt. And if you all walk away from me and don't invite me to hangouts, I don't give a fuck. I found good people on the internet and I'll hang with them. and I'll have a damn sight more fun than dealing with you pricks.
And I think that was telling.
Yeah, because that's part of your story that you made up in your fucking head. And when you make up a story in your head, it's called delusional thinking. So, Frank, on this point, you're delusional. It's up to me to say whether I'm hurt. It's up to me to say whether, you know, I want revenge, and I don't. And that's the truth.
Okay. He's telling you that there's some sort of setup that I am apparently a part of.
Yeah, I said that. I don't know whether he's a party to it, but what happened is they set the room up, and this is on the previous video, viewers. They set up an environment, and then two of the major trolls came in, and they proceeded to do a character assassination. I got that on view. Now, outside in another hangout, the other members of the cartel of bullies were sitting there watching. That had to have been orchestrated, and I caught them in the act, and it's on video.
What the hell is he talking about?
Well, you're a Freemason. Of course, you're behind it.
Well, actually, in a sense, I actually mean it. I'm no fan of Freemasonry. I'm no fan of religion. I'm no fan of a lot of spiritualities. I'm a huge fan of the authentic Jesus, not in the Christian Bible, and, you know, the ancient Cherokee wisdoms, those sort of things. And that's why I say I'm enlightened. So, yeah. So I will take the mickey out of things like Freemasonry. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks over history.
Is that it? Because he just called me an assassin like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I did. Because he was sitting in the room and he saw what was happening right before his eyes, and he fucking sat there in his armchair enjoying the massacre.
Remember, Rob, just because you're paranoid don't mean they're not after you.
Yeah, that's what they always do too. What they're trying to do there is profile paranoia. I'm not fucking paranoid at all. I've got the fucking video. Anyone doubt me, go and have a look at the channel, the previous one to this one, I think it was, and it shows very clearly, and I run a commentary across it, pointing out what the fucking hell went on. These pricks were in a room, and it was all just orchestrated to profile me and make me look bad. Well, too bad, too sad, boys. And you, Frank, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. You're a fucking professional. And you say you love me? Well, I know you mean it, but you're not practicing what you preach.
Hey, just 1 second. He found the link. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so it's a game. You know, the game's on. But I'm a little bit too smart for them at the end of the day. So they've got bugger all show. Well, so far, no luck, but someone could easily come along and really assassinate me. These guys in America, so I don't think that's likely, but who knows?
Talk to him and tell him that we care for him and we want him to come here.
Yeah, but that's right. If I go into that environment, right, there's a problem. They'll do what they always do. They'll make, I won't get a voice. I want them to come into my room, and that's only reasonable, you know, quid pro quo. Come into my room, and I guarantee everyone will get a voice, but we will get to the truth, and I'm a damned expert at it. Well, I think I am. We'll see.
No, but definitely not joking. I'm being real. Like, yeah, this is the whole thing, and this is what I kind of see.
Yeah, what? A load of bullshit? Dear, oh dear. No wonder we're in fucking trouble in this world.
But, you know, the behaviors to me is saying is straight up automatic social reinforcement. So
Okay, so what he's saying professionally, social reinforcement. Now, what the fuck does that mean? Social reinforcement should sort of mean wanting to belong to the herd. But here's the problem. Problem with that model. I'll not belong to anything that's not substantiated by truth. And I mean, I had a serious talk with the missus today, and you know, that's really important to me now. It really is. No truth, no stay. So no, it's not social. No, it's not, Frank. I think that's crap. But if you want to have a debate on that, I'm more than happy to, and pick your fucking education apart.
Definitely, this is very reinforcing.
Reinforcing. What he's trying to suggest, I think, is that I'm doing things over and over and over and over again. Well, that's fucking untrue. I mean, if you pricks didn't do this, if you didn't make a video, so I didn't make that video, I didn't do the previous one, I'm simply reacting to bad behavior. That's the truth, Frank. So you can stick your reinforcing crap up your ass.
Soccer might be on his way in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that tells me that this is a setup by these guys, because soccer's a fucking nightmare. I'd love to get that guy into my room on my terms, because he needs a good intellectual kick up the ass. Well, just to be interesting if we can have a look at this segment to see if I can pick up, you know, his behaviours. Maybe that was him. Viewer number 4 has left the building.
sucker.
Bye, homie.
Sucker, I actually spent like the last 45 minutes blaming you for all this.
Blame
Hey,
me for what?
Saka, do you have any
Pushing Beasley over the edge. How dare you?
No, it's not that he doesn't push me over the edge at all. I just know his character and the way he performs and behaves, and he talk about spew bullshit, mountains of it out of his mouth. It just streams out, and he will not allow you to speak. And it's a strategy of his that seems to somehow he fucking survives. He's really, in my book, an oxygen thief. Anyway, let's see what they say.
Saka, do you have any tips left? Because I've been missing them right off of you.
Oh, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Man, I could just see you too, man.
Sucker,
So what's going on? I went out for a movie with my kid, and so I just got back, and what did I do?
Now, there's a guy, right, that's got a family, right, and should understand, well, I've got a family too. I've got 7 kids. But he would push me off the fucking bus just so that he could win from his ego nature. I'm not joking. He's a real strange bird, that one.
I guess you kind of pushed him over because he wound up sniping everybody.
Yeah, that's right, I did. That was me. Hand up, I did it. What happened, because I'd realised it was a setup, right, and that I wasn't going to get a voice, because there was another guy, Chaz Wild Almighty, that came in the room. He's an almighty fucking asshole. They came into the room and just started broadcasting a whole stream of lies. These pricks sat on the fence, did nothing about it, wouldn't allow me to get a thing. So that's when I knew this is a setup. I went out of the room. I found the thing in the chat window, and I just boom, knocked out the 2 main protagonists, and yeah, that's it. So I stopped their ability to broadcast a load of crap. That's inappropriate. I mean, if you're gonna, and here's the other thing, right? Who the fuck are these people to bloody just go broadcasting, picking on people? I mean, what right do they have? Who the hell are they? But having said that, even if they, you know, if it was law that you could actually go and witch hunt anybody, what about the facts? Where's the integrity of what's being said? Why can't the person that's being accused defend himself? This prick here, John Brother John, he stitched me up a day or so ago when a guy came out and said Beasley's a pet. Oh, is that pedo dude? I'm not a pedo. And I've told these pricks 1,000 times exactly what happened. And it's got nothing to do with pedophilia. My wife knows about it and all that, but they keep just drumming it back. And he did when I said, hang on, can I respond? Can I respond? So I'm not getting angry, even though there's terrible accusations made publicly. And they wouldn't allow me to respond. I mean, fucking hell. Horrible, horrible, horrible human beings. Absolutely horrible. Well, hang on, don't get out the pitchforks. Horrible, horrible, horrible behaviors from, human beings.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
And now he's doing videos,
I think
Yeah, that's me. I'm here. Hello, Brother John. Hello. Hope you enjoy this one. Hope you fucking listen to it.
carrying on the last 4 hours of Hangouts.
Yeah, but hang on, Brother John. Did you say that you guys started it? I woke up this morning and I was going off to talk to the British people and Stefan, a really interesting character in Canada, and you pricks have fucking ruined that day. Oh, so you started it, buddy.
professional opinion. I think it has to do with the sock puppets.
Yeah, right. That's throwaway line, Frank. Stick it up your ass. Useless.
maybe he just hates puppets.
Oh, I think it's more than that.
What's that? A couple of throwaway lines in that, which are mocking, basically, I guess. And that's what, gets down. Think about that shit, It's cheap humor. It has no basis in reality. But for anyone viewing, they're going to think, God, this guy that they're talking about must be a fucking idiot or must be no good.
Clowns.
Clowns to the left of me, clowns to the right of me.
It's probably clowns. Everybody hates clowns.
I love clowns.
I never found clowns funny. Never really cared for them.
I don't know if funny is the right word. I like the I like all the mix of tricks they do. That little bit of acrobatics, that little bit of magic or whatever. I like the jack of all trades of entertainment. That's what a clown is.
The only thing I like about clowns, and this is the only thing, is that they drive a really small car and a whole bunch of dudes come out of it. I seen that with Puerto Ricans.
Oh God, I was biting my tongue. God, it was you.
That's racist now, Frank.
No, it's not racist. It's just
That's awesome.
I'm from the neighborhood. I was part of it. Actually, I was in those cars where they had like 10 people in a freaking Ferrero.
Oh man. So
So he might start back on the Rob attack, but there's a little moment there where the guys are sort of chilling, and there's a sense that they're on top of the game, and the feeling, yes, this is going well. Bullshit, wrong story.
I don't tune into the Beasley videos that much.
Lying prick. He probably watches them every day. This guy is a monster for obsession. Unbelievable. I've never met anyone like him. He was the worst of all of them.
Like, has he been doing like the whole thing, like the whole like video? Like he's doing his critique on. Like, didn't you have like a 6-hour hangout?
I had a 4-hour hangout.
It's gonna be a
Did a 45-minute critique. The BROJO setup, and then he just finished another video on Chaz. We're guessing maybe you're next now. Video.
Yeah.
Well, if I can get anything on him, I mean, all I've got to do is see him in a room in the right context, and I'll be able to point out why I think he's such an egotistical nutcase. I mean, I was the guy that ended up in mental health care, but I promise you, geez, some of these dudes, I mean, like soccer definitely should have some sort of, I should be fair. They need some sort of therapy counselling, I think. Soccer, definitely. BJ, maybe not so much. Frank should get a kick in the fucking professional ass. And Jello, well, he certainly needs some counselling. Hello, viewer number 5. This is me critiquing the Brother John community for fucking setting me up and being absolute arseholes.
It's going to be a all-nighter tonight.
Oh man, he's got nothing. He's got nothing on me. I mean, I don't keep my videos on my Stockdown channel.
No.
Ah, there you go. He just told me exactly where I can get information on him. So that tells me there's a little bit of guilt there. I'll back it in. If I could get my hands on some of his videos, I'll be able to demonstrably show his bad behavior and the reasons why he's bad behaving. Well, not necessarily reasons first up, but certainly I'll be able to pinpoint exactly when he's behaving badly.
He has everything.
Oh, really?
Well, actually, you'd be surprised how much I've fucking got on you people. You better hope that actually, I must check the bloody PayPal account. If I get the money, it's going to happen. And not to you States people. You'll just be part of the story. Just John May in Australia is the one. He's the prick I would like to take to court.
He's got he knows me, right? Because he's enlightened, right?
He knows you.
Well, yes. I know good people and I know people that behave badly.
Your inner thoughts. So
No, Frank, you're a behaviourist. It's just the behaviours. The behaviours are the cue that tell me whether you're a good person or you've got a fucking ego. It's not complicated, Frank. I bet you I can do it better than you.
he's going to explain it throughout the whole night. So I'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, that's your fault. You do this shit. Take up my time.
I caught the I think Bento sent me a link to his one of the ones he's done, and it was the room. It was a room right before he sniped us, and I caught about 5 minutes of it, and it was hilarious. I think Chaz was talking about fallacious arguments.
Oh, fuck me. I hate that shit. Fallacious arguments. Shove them up your ass, because what they are is an abstraction from reality. If you're going to argue about what the fucking real world is. It's sort of like religious people arguing. It's a pointless exercise. They're arguing about fucking nothing. Doesn't exist. But they'll do it, and they'll do it for fucking years and months, and they'll do the same sort of shit, and they'll never achieve a damn thing. Well, get me in the room with a religious person and see what happens. So, sucker. Oh, jeez. You're a testing prick.
You had to keep on pausing the video to Google what they were. And
yeah, okay, I know what he's talking about. Yeah, so there's Chaz uses all this stuff that I'm just not interested in. What is it? Begging the question, although I might use that now because now I know what it is, and fallacious and logic and all a waste of fucking time. Just deal with reality.
I'm just into this like, fuck, this guy's fucking gone. He just, when somebody says, hey, there's like, you're kind of begging the question with your argument there, and he's just like, hold on a second, begging the question.
Yeah, I know what it is. Oh shit, hang on, I've forgotten. Begging the question. Yeah, it's when I think it's when you actually broadcast. It's exactly what these pricks do. You broadcast information without evidence. That's what begging the question is.
Let's see. And he reads the description. And he's like, well, that's what they do. It's like,
well, that's true. It's exactly what you do.
No, but thanks for addressing the point that you do this. Like,
he was finally bothering to look something up, though.
Yeah. No. If I don't know something, I fucking look it up. That's how I roll. I don't run with stuff that I don't know to be true. Or I'll qualify it. But it just so happens that when it comes to certain topics, I do know a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
He knows what the hell you're talking about and goes off completely incorrectly.
I do know what you're talking about, or if I don't, I want clarity, you idiots. I don't want you to ramble on, and I'll back it in that you guys don't know everything about fucking everything. That's the way the world works. There's certain things I'm interested in, and there's certain things I couldn't give a fuck about.
But then afterwards he's just like, oh, these are all stupid. You know, we should just if I had my way, we just delete them from the dictionary.
Yeah. Now that is a very current video. So this guy saying, you know, casually, I don't sort of, you know, look at Beasley stuff, but bullshit. He's done his homework. Oh wait. So. Yeah, actually, there are certain terms that I think should be deleted from the dictionary because they add a layer of. You end up talking about the fucking ideas about something rather than the something itself, the reality. It's a load of crap.
It's like, what? You want to delete fallacious arguments from the dictionary?
Absolutely, get rid of the fucking lot of them. Just examine the evidence. That's all. Work with what you know. Otherwise, you'll have these intellectual debates about nothing, just same as the religious people. Right? That's just stories in books, and they fucking argue forever about them.
Dictionary, like, why? Because that way you can use them, or I don't get it.
Well, if they're not in the dictionary, you don't use them. So then you focus on what's real in this world, reality. Pregnant silence. Boys are searching their delusional minds, see what they want to talk about next. What I
did notice, though, is that he did his little 45-minute commentary on it. Actually, I think it was only maybe 5 minutes of video. Like, that's how much useless fucking commentary he has.
So, right, what just happened then, that's gaslighting. He made a broadcast statement that what was on that video was useless. In other words, he's demeaning the thing, and then people say, well, fuck, Soccer said it wasn't worth watching, so they don't watch it. That's ridiculous. What you should do is look at the for yourself, and then if you find it's useless, then move on. Now, the other thing is, I'd like to counter what he said and talk about why he found it useless. When you actually probe like that, what you find is he goes, you know, you'll catch him out because he's just trying to fucking demean me. Defamation of character, perhaps. And I can prove that, because that video, I know the whole lot of it, I can prove that he's actually wrong.
And he, the thing that he does is that,
the thing that he does. Well, why don't you fucking ask me what I do so that at least I can explain what I do. And then once you've got that, then you can pick it apart. That would be more reasonable. Instead of being a pontificating asshole.
He's just like, oh, well, if I get him into my room, you know, properly moderate, I am going to tear them to shreds. And
oh, shit, that's interesting, right? Because that's only recent. So he has been hanging around like a bad smell. He's probably one of the 3 viewers. This guy is a fucking nutcase. I'm not joking. Him and Chaswell. All right, you know, maybe the Sykes won't rate him that way, but in my terms of reference, spiritually wise, they're fucking poverty, severe poverty.
Intellectually. And just like, well, you know, like, you had your chance. You had chances to talk when you know, we were in the room with BROJO there. You didn't say anything of substance. You know, I'd make a point. I'd say, like, hey, this is, you know, this is one of the problems I see with your argument. And his response is, shut the fuck up, Sokka, you're intellectual fraud, fuck off. It's like, well, thank you for addressing everything I just brought up. I mean, you obviously can't address it, so moving on. Like, fuck, Rob, I mean, you think that you weren't given a fair shot here? You were given every fucking shot in the world. It's not our fault that you can't articulate your fucking position, because all I ever asked of you tonight was to articulate your position. I said, hey, this is what I see. This is where I see the flaws are. Now, please, you know.
That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. What happened was this prick did a character assassination when I wanted to pull him up and dress. So the first thing I wanted to get from him I gave my perspective of spirituality, and I gave them the short story. I can give them a fucking long story, and then they can attempt to have a crack at it. But I asked him, what's your authority to critique spirituality? You know, because he's just blurting out his criticism. But I want to know how is it, or how are you well versed in the subject matter? And he did his fucking usual dance around the corner. So that's exactly what happened, you lying arsehole. That's why I call him an intellectual fraud. Oh, way we go again. So I don't know where that call came from. Hang on, I might just see if I can work that out. And we'll be back with the fucking soccer show in 1 second. Oxygen vampire. That's those pricks. That's him. Jesus, Frank. Bloody Islam. If I had my way, Islam would be finished. No, okay. Okay, roll the videotape. I get those calls in and I can never pick up who they come from. Don't know why.
Explain how you get from here to here, or if I'm not understanding this properly, clarify it. And his response is to be a fucking cunt, so fuck it, whatever.
Oh, right. Come to my room, you gutless wonder. Soccer, come to my room on my terms. I'll firstly shut your fucking mouth up, and then what we'll do is we'll progressively go through an argument. You'll be required to give substance for any claims you make. You can request the same of me, right? And yeah, it'll go well for me, and it'll actually go well for you because you'll come to know that you're a fucking intellectual thief, a fraud, and then go out and you're dishonest. You're a fucking liar, big time. So that's the other thing, Soccer. If you come into the room with me, I'll be forcing you to justify all of the claims you make. You can't possibly have the knowledge that you try and present about me. It's impossible. You'd have to live in my fucking back pocket. Now that means that you've got to create information because you don't have the facts. You will, you'll be torn to shreds, I promise you. Guarantee it, 100%.
Did you read his book?
I did actually.
Hold it. Now, I've heard a number of people say that they've read the book, so it'll be interesting to see what he says. Because remember, I wrote the fucking thing, so I'll see if he actually did, or whether he just does the dance that the others do.
I read. I've read parts of it.
Yeah, there you go. He knows. He's probably smart enough to know that someone's watching. He said, I've read the book, and then he has to recheck and that. Now, if you haven't read the whole fucking book, what gives you the right to bloody critique it? How does that work? You fucking intellectual fraud. Oh, but I'm not mad. Oh, no, hang on. What am I? Frustrated, pissed off. But it goes, I don't hang on to things at all.
Like, somebody sent me a digital copy of it, and I was kind of browsing through it once, and it was tedious. I think the book I can't remember how much it is. I know that the
what do you probably say here? You'll say it's fucking $90. That's the publisher's fault. But you don't have to pay fucking $90. I recommend to everyone just get the electronic version because it has links in it to the sources. And it's a much, much more efficient way to actually get through the material quickly and validate that it actually does stack up. But I wonder if I'm right here. Will he say it was $95? But for some reason, and I argue with the publishers, I said, that's fucking ridiculous. They put that stupid price on it. Bizarre.
the constant fucking referencing to like, you know, Wikipedia and stuff is just like almost overbearing. I'm just like this.
Yeah, I've heard that comment before, but it's a load of crap. What I would pull him up on, I'd say, Soccer, which part of the story was crap? Now forget about the Wikipedia references. Which part of that was crap? And then I'd wait for his response, and we might have to fucking wait a while, or we might have to listen to all his bullshit. And then when I got that response, I'd say, all right, let's now examine what you just said. So we go to the Wikipedia article, we'll see that there's some footnotes. So there are references to external material. That would be fucking a nightmare to try and grab all that crap. Also, the amount of time I covered, right? The amount of time and places that I went investigating, the only efficient way to actually get through that material is through Wikipedia. Wikipedia has a rating as high as the Encyclopedia Britannica for reliability. So this bullshit story that he's telling would only ever be true if he could find content within the book that actually failed when you actually looked at the Wikipedia material, and that answer wasn't backed up by third sources. So it's going to have footnotes, so that's going to mean that it's credible. And for him, he's got to do a bit of legwork. He's got to find the other story that makes this one wrong. Why I know that it's really good and really right is because it spans 900 years and the story never varied. So the information I was picking up historically from all these sources, it sat in nicely all the way. It all fits. So that's my point of view. But again, Soccer, you know, would carry on, do his song and fucking stupid dance. But I would say to him in my room, I'd say, Soccer, get the fucking part that you're not happy with, and let's examine it together and find out if it is in fact right or if it is in fact wrong. And this bloke, that'll be about the time that he fucking start crying for mama.
So stupid, I can't do this. And just the grammatical and the spelling mistakes. I mean,
yeah, it's probably spelling mistake. Although I did go through a couple of checks, but it doesn't fucking matter. You know, if the spelling mistake makes it illegible to you, then show me that. But if you can read that spelling mistake, you know, and you know its meaning, then we don't have a fucking problem. You're nitpicking and being facetious. Well, you're being an arsehole, that's for sure.
Like, did he have anybody go through and edit this? Like,
yes. I had fucking 2 people go through it. So if there's a fuck up there, that's not my problem.
Did anybody read this over before he put this out there?
Yes.
I'm guessing probably not.
He paid someone thousands of dollars to promote his book.
Well, that's on top of it. So I paid for one lady to do the first review. That was about $3,000. Then there was in my marketing deal, there was another review process there. And then in the final, yeah, that was it. So there was 2 review processes. And then I paid $15,000, which I regret now, because you can just load these things up onto bloody onto Amazon. Oh, so I paid $15,000 to market the fucking thing because I thought these were the #1 people in the world, and really, we really couldn't afford that money to be spent. But I just took a punt that was right, and then we went on a trip to America, a big trip for the family, and I came back and then got involved with this fucking lot. Anyway, roll a videotape.
And charge it for $100, right? Charge $100 for the book.
Yeah, so it did come up. See, they did pick it up, and I mean that looks bad, but I accept that. But it's not my fucking fault. I didn't. And anyone I speak to, and anyone with half a brain anyway, why are they going to pay fucking $100 for it when they look down and it's got $4? Well, you can pay $4. So again, I hope, viewers, you're starting to see that these people have a very, very strong bias to discredit and gaslight me. I have 3 years of bits and pieces of information that show very, very clearly that I've been a victim of gaslighting by a whole bunch of people. And it's not me playing, you know, crybaby or whatever. I want these pricks to tell the fucking truth for once in their miserable lives. Oh, no, they probably tell the truth, you know, but certainly in this case, I want them to tell the truth.
Oh, man, I want that gig.
It makes sense because nobody's going to buy it.
No, Frank, they go to the full. Oh, no, you've probably got a point, actually. I mean, people just look at that and say, fucking hell, that's dear. What's that all about? Without noticing the four. So maybe you've got a point there, mate.
Mm-hmm. Somebody actually published it.
Yeah, it cost me a lot of money.
But it charged that much because no one's going to buy it.
Yeah, whatevs. But again, see how these guys are sort of, like I lived the experience. I know all the detail of the damn experience. These guys, what they do, and they do it constantly. They fill the gaps. They make up stories because they want to profile a certain outcome. And I guess maybe there may be a root cause here. I think that John May is a real fucking nutcase. Maybe that's the one that sort of starts the story. And once they start telling the lies, you know, what is it? What do they say about lies? Web we weave. Yeah, it's to do with a web we weave to deceive or something like that. No, they get into a bit of a tangled mess, so maybe it's got something to do with that.
I actually read his own book. Have you ever read a book where you read the whole thing and you got absolutely nothing and you wasted your time?
Yeah, no, oh man.
So I don't know, did Frank just say, I'm not sure that he actually read the book. I know his position, but Frank comes from a position of bias. He's a Muslim. If my story's true, then his story's not true. So there's a bit of a problem for him, particularly with Islam, because there's, you know, growing evidence that Angel Gabriel was a fabrication in the book of Daniel. And if that is absolutely proven to be true, then Islam isn't a reality at all. It just doesn't exist. And that is the truth. That is the truth. Academics are, you know, they've got a position that says 164 BC. It was written after the fact. Hello.
I remember I read a book recently, and not Rob's. This was actually it was a decent book. It was
just kick him while he's down.
I'll have to find the title inside, but it was a book on normative ethics, and like it's been a topic that like I always that I kind of find fascinating because it actually deals with the ought in moral question.
Now here's the thing, right? Now no one will fucking probably believe me, but my book was about finding out what God was all about. I actually achieved that outcome, can explain it explicitly, and if you can relate to it, where you end up is in the enlightened state, which is the best state forever, and most people die not knowing that. You know, a lot of people, that's the outcome. If I'm true in what I say, it makes it far more valuable than a lot of material out there. You know, if I'm wrong, well, then these guys are wrong. But I have the great conviction that I'm actually right. And so you get enlightened for $4. Cheap deal.
And you know, it was like it would keep on building up to this point where you think that they're going to justify something, and then they wouldn't. And it was like I was getting so frustrated with it because I'm just like, this is a book on fucking normative ethics. This is supposed to be a book on, you know, kind of explain.
This is a bit egoic of him. What he's trying to do, I think, is show that he's literary and well read. Well, it doesn't do much. You may well be, but it doesn't do much for you spiritually. And so from that perspective, you live in poverty.
You know, how to get around, like,
in other words, how do you use that? How do you use that to a positive bet in your life? You only get one life.
Is odd fallacies, you know, like how to actually derive an odd.
There's that word fallacy again. We're back. Hello, viewers.
You know, in the,
This is Soccer is a Count. He's an intellectual fraud, an oxygen thief.
these different examples that I'm bringing up here, and it never actually got there. This book was blue balling me the entire way through, and I was like getting so pissed off at it.
Yeah, I had those experiences where I was just, there were certain books where I was feeling that way and I just stopped it towards the middle. I couldn't do it. And I bought the book too, but I usually buy books that are really interesting. So like right now, I just finished reading that book, Blink, which I found very entertaining.
Well, I know Rob is watching.
Oh, we're live. Cool.
He's asking for it's another setup. Like another setup.
Yeah, that's what's coming and snipe again.
No, I'm not going to snipe this one. This is too much, too good. Too good.
It doesn't have to be a setup. We don't have to go into, Beasley book or Beasley book. We could go into books that we actually enjoy. So
yeah,
and maybe we should just talk about those things instead of putting all the focus on Rob, which is I think it could be quite unfair.
Oh, fuck me. First time ever, Frank. Fucking some moral stuff that comes out. But I think what Frank's trying to do is maybe he's woken up to the fact if I'm watching, we better fucking stop this because we could be setting ourselves up. And he might be reflecting on his professional comments. That's what I think might be the case there. So it'll be good, viewers, if they actually break now and go into their bullshit books, because then I can stop this and move on to other things.
Before we get off topic, because I'm actually kind of enjoying this, Green Soul.
Yeah, that's because you're a fuck, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. This guy is a sadist. He gets his fun out of fucking hurting people, and it builds his ego up. He interprets our interactions as a victory, and he thinks I'm smarter than Rob. That's a superiority complex. Humans are fucking basically all equal. You might have a bit more water in your bucket, your intelligent bucket. Who saw this? Sorry. 2 thumbs up, 6 thumbs down. Maybe some support's coming my way for a fucking change. All right, now, yeah, so I forgot what I was talking about. That threw me. All right, where we go.
A couple months ago, it's been a.
Oh yeah, it was about this guy, sadist, and I mean it. He's a fucking sadist, classically a sadist. He gets his kicks out of bloody, beating people up intellectually. He thinks, right? But if he got into my room, I would beat him up intellectually, but I wouldn't disrespect him. He beats people up and disrespects them as well. So if you were near the cliff, he'd fucking push you over the cliff. That's the type of bloke this is. Shocking. Well, it's the behavior pattern. A
few months since I finished reading it, but I finally finished reading People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn.
I didn't write that.
Have you read that shit? Oh man, amazing!
I read a chapter, but I hear things about it, and I keep hearing it, but I never bought the book.
Isn't there a video series of it?
Maybe.
Yes, there is.
Oh, is there? Yeah, I mean, if you,
I think there is.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's just it tries to take away the whitewashing of American history, and instead of painting like early colonial the United States as like this place of rising industry and overcoming of all these things, and the birthplace of the American dream and all this other stuff, it actually kind of paints a more dreary picture of like, listen, this is what really happened. This nation was built on the blood and sweat.
I find that voice rather fucking annoying. Same with Chaswell. So it's an interesting phenomenon. It's sort of like what am I thinking? I'm thinking of you know, like you've got a grinding thing going on, and it goes on and on and on. That's, you know, it's interesting phenomenon. Oh, and there's another one. What's her name? Amy. Amy's like that. Got that same sort of annoying fucking sounding voice.
The poor, and it's like, you know, and not just on slavery or anything like that, but just like this idea now where we talk about like the you know, the wage gap between like the 1% and like the masses, and this is not a new concept. This is what the American, you know, what America's.
It's not a new book.
Oh no, that book's, fuck, what was that book? I'm trying to think. It's at least, I know it's probably at least 20 years old. It might be older though.
Hey, viewer number 5. Welcome to the setup by the brother John, brother John.
This is 1980, so almost 36 years old there.
Good cow. 20 or 36, somewhere around there.
Mm.
Well, yeah, 20 or 30, whatever. Ballpark.
Whatever.
100, more than 5.
I think that's about how old Serb is, like 20 or 36.
Yeah, somewhere in there. What other good things you read right now there, Green Soul? Or anybody?
That'll do. Fuck it. That's enough. Oh, pardon me. I got enough to prove my point, I think, even though they'll argue, no, 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 no. We'll have these boys saying, no, 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 before I've done. Righto. That's, I can't.
Well, I just finished reading Blink.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm going to read another book by this guy. It's called The Tipping Point. Basically, the book Tipping Point, I think it premises basically how, like...
Shut up. All right, viewers. Sorry, the late coming viewers, but the show's over. If you want to look at the video and see the incriminating evidence against the Brother John community and their setup, go look at the link for the video. Oh, how are you? So, good evening, friends and others.